Okay, so this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. I'm going to show you exactly how we communicate uh, with the people at Facebook. It's a bit difficult. When I refresh the page, I got this that said action required. This is why I said you need to monitor your email. So if I jump back to my email, I had gotten an email from them. Let's just see how long it was ago. 33 minutes ago. Okay, so I'm going to go through and kind of share with you exactly what happens. I responded, or I submitted the case through the Meta Business Assistant. Then, about, I don't know, geez, an hour or two later, I got this email. It says, "Hey, I'm Charlie. Here's a reference number. Um, can you share your ad account ID?" So I went ahead and let's see if I can open that up. So yes, my ad account ID is 1008176215. Okay, whatever. Sorry. Thank you so much for getting back to me very quickly. This is very urgent for us. Again, I'd like to reiterate that we did not intend in any way, shape, or form to circumvent the Facebook review process. We've been doing this for over 12 years. We respect the terms and conditions, and we'll make sure that this doesn't happen again. Again, thank you for your time and consideration. One thing that I did not mention is inside of this specific case, you can upload letters and different sort of documents kind of pleading your case. And so what that kind of looks like is this. I'll show you what that looks like here in a minute. But they got back to me, and this guy Jack asks for the same thing, right? Can you share your ad account ID? So I pretty much copy pasted my message and then sent it back. Again, considering a manual review, always pushing for a manual review because they're gonna try to get you to go through the technology, and you're gonna say, yeah, I've already done that, but it's still not allowing me, and my business is impacted, and I know I didn't, you know, commit any sort of terms of service violations. This is a mistake, and even though it was a mistake, I'm still going to have something in place to make sure that this doesn't happen again. So shouldering some of the responsibility yourself, but coming there prepared, letting them know that you value them as a partner. And we got to do some butt kissing because this has to get to the right person. You have to imagine how many of these specific cases that they're going through, right? So you need to be able to communicate, number one, in a way that allows them to kind of understand, because as you're going to see, there's a lot of back and forth even with this clear communication. So said I want to consider a manual review, please. This is what I got this morning, I believe. Yeah, 12:30 in the morning. Could you please confirm if we're given a chance to submit any appeal or request a review to get your account checked from team? What the hell does that mean? I have no idea, right? So I respond to that, and because they hit me back and were like, hey, this is a reminder, we're waiting on you. You only have 48 hours or we're going to close this. So that's why I tell you to monitor your email, right? So I say, hello there, I uploaded my ID to the system on the 4th of February. This is the first time that I've been able to talk to someone to actually take a look at my account. I spoke with the business assistant for me to ask for a manual review since the technology mistakenly determined that we were trying to circumvent the approval process. To answer your question, I requested a review on the 4th through the system and were told my restrictions weren't lifted on the same day. Then I spoke with Meta Business Assistant yesterday, February 5th, requesting a manual review. Since then, I've sent 2 emails to confirm the ad account, and here's where I'm going into my spiel. And this is pretty much what I put into that consideration letter. It's like, hey, I want to let you know I've got over 12 years of experience on Meta specifically and would never do anything to manually circumvent the approval process. We take the terms and conditions very seriously and are sure that this is a mistake. We've advertised on Meta. We advertised for Meta for 9 different clients and have not had an ad account or business manager restricted for anything other than a payment failure for over 8 years now. We think the problem lies in how quickly we re-edited the rejected ads and published them. We've seen that moving very quickly inside the ads manager can trigger the technology into thinking that we're a bot. I can assure you that we do all the media buying ourselves, handling multiple client ad accounts at a time. Please take what I'm saying into consideration as you make your decision. Thank you very much for your time, and if you need anything else, please let me know. You see, I'm being poised. but I'm also taking some of the responsibility, but I'm also saying, hey, it's your technology kind of got this wrong, but also it's affecting my business. So can you please just make some considerations, right? Just being very polite, not being rude. That's the last thing that you want to do here. Okay. And then as I was making the last video, I literally got this email that says, based on my initial review, now I'm getting somewhere. Okay. Based on my initial review, your ad account is currently disabled due to potential ads policy violations, community standards violation, and other policies. Even though we don't have visibility of the specific reasons, here are a few scenarios that we apply restrictions on businesses. They don't follow our community standards or other policies and terms. This is where I'm falling into because they think I'm trying to circumvent the system, which I'm not. We suspect an ad account has been compromised or hacked. Nope. They don't meet our two-factor authentication. Nope. An advertiser is new. Nope. So none of those apply. The only thing that could be is number one. May I know if you've tried to raise a review request for your account? And are you currently getting the option to raise the review request? So what I have done here is I used my copywriting bot at this point to write this. That's Maria. And if you're watching this, you should have access to Maria. All you have to do is just get Abacus, and then you can use Maria. She's trained on a copywriting system that's brought in over $200 million. So you'll definitely want to use that. I use it for all of my copy, including stuff like this. So this was written by Maria. Hi, Charlie. Thank you for getting back to me regarding case number whatever. I want to start by emphasizing that I deeply respect Meta's community standards, advertising standards, and all other policies. I understand the importance of maintaining a safe and a trustworthy platform, and I take this matter very seriously. I believe the disabling of my ad account was an unfortunate accident. I did attempt to raise a review request and uploaded my ID as part of the process, but it seems the system rejected my request automatically. This has left me unable to proceed further. This situation is significantly impacting my business as I rely on Meta's advertising platform to reach my audience and sustain operations. I kindly request a manual review of my account to ensure that any misunderstandings can be resolved. To prevent any further issues, I've already started implementing a plan to ensure full compliance with Meta's policies, including a thorough review of all ads and security and account security measures. I appreciate your time and assistance in this matter and look forward to your response. I've even included my name and phone number there just so they know I'm not a bot. I'm a real person, right? And this is how you want to communicate with them because, again, you can see a lot of this stuff looks automated. And then finally, after like the fifth email, I'm starting to get somewhere. We're starting to move. Even though I've been asking for manual review, they still want to know the same thing that I've asked them over, or the same thing that I've answered to them over and over again. So you're going to have some patience with this process. But I hope this video sheds some light on how to, try to get past this process. I've done it successfully 3 or 4 times. Then once you send the email, which I did, as I refresh this, you'll see that this action required will go away and it'll go back to in progress. They have a system that automatically detects this stuff. I don't know how they do it, but you'll see I went ahead and sent that email. Now that action required is gone. And you'll just sit around and wait for the new one. It's not going to pop up. You have to keep refreshing. That's why I say just monitor your email because you'll see the emails come in. But you want to do this throughout the day and make sure you're on top of it because it also helps you, in your case, get your stuff back. Okay, so I'll keep you updated on the results of this. And at this point, it's 12:15 on February 6th. So we'll see how long this takes. But again, hope this helps, and we'll see you in the next video.